Okay. Also, let's have the supporting material for any presentation, the great one. So again, design phase will be starting with the planning. So I will just give you the basic designing style. You can use the same in HTML coding if you would like to have your own websites, but I don't think like there should be like other faster ways. But yeah, right now, if you would like to design your application. So every application has a window, right? When you open it, there will be a window. If you open a Chrome, you see a window with the first. So the first thing should be created as a window. So this is going to be like our main template of our windows. So automatically there will be like close, make it bigger, or go to the less buttons will be there. Okay. So this is the window, our main window. Then in this window, I want two of displays, let's say containers, two containers, or they can also call this frames. I want these two containers to hold my widgets. So one of them will be, let's say, output, the one on the right, and one on the left will be our configuration ones. So in the configuration, I will add my other widgets, let's say text boxes, some buttons. Let's make the buttons with red. So some buttons to do something, like give a user input, and some selection boxes, for example. Let's put some selection boxes like that. And some combo boxes, which is something, when you press it, you will see like there's a drop-down menu. In the drop-down menu, you will choose some selections. It should be like that. There should be always an arrow key to the down on the right. When you click it, you'll see some connections. So basically, our widget is going to be on the left, and we will add the one big output console to the right. So when we are going to add something, I want to see on the right. Right now, this is the main project. But yeah, tomorrow we will just we are creating this one to prepare for the tomorrow's one. So basically, we can see something from Excel, or we can write something there, or edit something from in the right to see them in the Excel, something like that. Okay. So right now we see there will be one window, which is again is a starting rule of thumb, I think it's called. Yeah, we will starting with a window. Then we need to create two containers that will contain all of the other elements. Then we will be designing the first one, then second. Let's go with the elements one by one. So in the first, also as you see in the code, there was a code called window. Window equals to tk.tk something. This is the first line. Why I didn't put the line code? Okay. So yeah, we are going to need window equals to. We are going to get the tk function from the tk. Actually, right now this isn't a function. So we are saying that a variable. So this can be customized, window one or something like your name is also available. So I just want to say window. By the way, like I understand that where are we working? Window is right now when we say tk.tk, it understands that window is going to be our GUI. This is the main code. Okay. Now we need to adjust some parameters there. So let's not see the geometry. Okay, let's start with first to see what is going on, and then we will be changing it. Okay, if you look to the last sentence on the second page, there is something called window.mainLoop. So you see, we have just seen the loops. So what is going on? Instead of going just once, this window should be open there until when I want to close it, correct? So this is why we need that main loop in here. So somebody thankfully, like, since the window is right now a class, so we can just use the tk commands in the window. We just put the main loop after the elements here. So window dot main loop, and it's a function. So I just close with the parentheses. Okay, let's start. Let's see what will be happened. So I just press F5. It's going to be a Python debugger, and let's see. Okay, now we are onto something. At least we have a window. Do you have the window, by the way? Yeah. Okay. So you see, like there is a TK, it's right, because it's default. So let's change the subject, and also let's change where the element starts. So for changing this title, so again, let's go back to the first page. You'll see we need to change the title of window. So window.title, and inside we are going to put string, correct? So for the string, how we are going to do it? With double quotes. So string is going to be my own application. It doesn't need to be like specific. You can just say anything. Okay, let's see what will be happens. Now, if you make it bigger, now the title of the application changed to my own application. Okay, I just closed. So right now it looks fine. What we have designed, we are going to require two containers inside this window. So, and yeah, let's go back to the second place. So the frame, like the containers actually that I've made are inside. Okay, let's try without like a frame. I think it should be okay. So let's go with the container one. I just opened it, or container left. Since it's one on the code on the right, let's go with like a just one. Container one will be equal to tk dot label frame. And now we need to put something. So this function will start with a parameters. First parameter should be where we are inside. We are inside the window. So we'll put window here. Then we want to add text again in here. So there is, I want to say something to you. So some functions may have lots of parameters, and sometimes like it is unnecessary to use all of them because you can add default values. So instead of just adding lots of parameters or just writing 000 to something, you can just select the one that you want to change, select the parameter that you want to change by adding text. For example, I want to just change the text parameter of that function. So by that way, if I add text and say equal to, so I want to say that my container, let's say container one. So also, like I forgot something, in window main loop should be always on the last, because all of the things will be inside the window, and main loop is going to be on the last, on the end of the code. So I add the containers. So in the GUI, we have configured the label, but we didn't specify where it is going to be happened. So we are going to say that container one dot grid, it is inside the window, and it will be in, like, now we are going to give row and column information. Let's say give row 0 and column 0, because it is going to be 0 0 to the left. It will start. So in Python, the 0 0 will be top left, and it will go to the right or go to the bottom when you increase the row, which is again, I think in every case. So let's see what it will give. Okay, now we have something that is not even seeable. So in container, like we didn't put anything, so we don't see what is going on in the container, because container is something that is there, that hopefully is there. So to understand the container is working, so we will going to add a text box. Let's add a text box inside. All right. So we were going with actually, let's put a combo box. Yeah, because like let's also use the order. So I will add a combo box, and its name will be combo box equal to tk dot ttk. Yeah. Now this is different because the combo box will be going to use inside the TTK where we just selected from the TK interest TTK, imported as TTK. So TTK combo box inside the combo box. So where it will be inside the container one. So I just put the container one here. Any other things that we values that we need to go inside. I'll just say values. And anything you can add. So, but since we are going to add more than one value because it's a combo box, so we need to add like a list, like an array. So the first one will be 1, 2, 3. I just add 3 elements in a combo box. So, okay, now I have configured combo box. It should be inside the container one and where inside the container one. So again, my combo box dot grid the same. I'll just copy the row and column there. So right now we are in the second column. Sorry, it means the first column. After 0, the first one will come. So now we should see the combo box with some values. Let's go with, let's start the code. Yes, you see? Right now we also see the name of container 1, which is here. And this is the first combo box that we have created. So I can select anything, shows on the container. Okay, now everybody until here is clear. It's clear, right? We just created a combo box. So there are lots of parameters that you can select, but like since there will be like maybe 20 or 30 of them in each function. So if you would like to change like any of the, let's say, looking something, you can just, you need to go to the TK Inter's on documentation. There you will see like some parameters. Can you see right now? Is it because of me or? Normally you should see something like that. Maybe, okay, let's go back to start. So it starts just like that. And if you make it bigger, so it might be on the right. Oh, sorry, you should be using on the down. So it should be on down. Window main loop should be on the end. So
I have problem with the big flow with dates that this one.
I'll just check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we are order.
Yes.
That's really like. Teams of that case.
It's good.
My.
What is that?
Do you have any errors?
We don't just put that.
They're all correct. What about you? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay. And it's working. Yes. What we did. And here is. You just try to do it, sir.
하나도 안 되고 이거 있잖아요.
Okay, so it's your phone. Okay. All right. Okay. Now you all have application, like with the Dropbox.
Okay, now we have the combo box. So let's also see the other things as well. So after the combo box, I want to add, so let's see what we have. We can add the checkboxes. What is checkbox is something that you give that it is going to be in or not, which is true or false. So for that one, for that specific button, the check button, we need to create our Boolean variables. And they are a little bit different. So let's say my var 1 is tk dot tk boolean var. Again, my var 2, I'll just add two checkboxes. So what's the difference between the normal Boolean versus TK Boolean var? In the TK, since you are going to use it in the GUI, it should automatically change itself to the false or true. So this is why instead of giving true or false or something like a bool in the first, and we are giving TK Boolean. By the way, it will be dynamically involved in the GUI. So we have the variables. So as you see on the left, the variable, and on the right, the variable type right now, or Boolean. I think it starts with the false, it should be. Well, I have no idea, but yeah, we'll see. So let's say checkbox. We have gone with like all my checkbox. My checkbox 1 is from TTK again. TTK dot check button. So not checkbox, but yeah, let's go with like a checkbox right now. Check button. Where it should be in the container 1. I just put the name in here, container 1, and comma. Let's see what are the things that we can put. It has a text, so we can see what it is for. So in the text, let's add right now check 1. Check 1. I just add like that. And now it has a variable that can dynamically change, which is variable. And the variable that it is changing is my var1. So by the way, if we need something from the checkbox, we will just need my var1. And by that way, we are good to go for like functions. I just add my var1 to the variables. So it should be something like that. My checkbox 1. It should be inside the container. Now, what is the second step? Who knows? We need to put grid.
Agree.
Yes, because now we know where we will be putting this one, but we don't know where exactly it is. So checkbox 1, grid. It always like that in any design, because you have to specify exactly point where you are going to put it. So again, row of column, row will be 0. Oh, sorry, not 0, where we are right now. So we put the combo box on the row 1. So it should be in row 2 with column 0. Now let's take a look what we have. I just start again. I closed all the library. I think I didn't. Yeah. Yes. Now you see, like there is something like a check in here where I can just close it all over. This is checkbox. Okay. Since we have a variable too, and sometimes you need to use like more than one checkboxes, I will just pick another one. But I will just copy the first checkbox and just change the variable, the name of that. I'll just change it as a my checkbox 2. It is again inside the container 1, and this is check 2. And we need to also change the variable name, which is my var2 right now. And if you put it like that, they try to be inside each other. So we probably will don't see the first one because the second one goes, the last one goes the first, something like that. And so we need to change this one as well to the third. So let's see what it affected. And now we have two checks. Okay, it is working. Now let's add the text where we can enter something, enter a string. So yeah, let's add something as like where we are going to put our names. So I will just use the name entry, which is on the last name entry down. Name name box, let's say name box equals to ttk dot entry. Now, what are the things? Let's see. So it's the, I think, the easiest one because we are just going to put the what is going to be inside my container. So container one. And the second step will be grid. Yes, namebox dot grid. Row is what was the last row? Third. So we will add it as a fourth row, and the column 0. Let's see. Now you see, like there is a text box where we can add something. Okay, we are getting to somewhere. So since like there was a spoiler about like a calculator, we need to go with two numbers. So I will create two more text boxes. I just use I copy the name box here. I copied one, but I will just give the name as numbox instead of name box. It's again inside the container one. It will be row 5. Or yes, let's go with row 5 because I would like to also show something. So let's name this one as numbox 1. I will add another one as numbox 2 because there will be two numbers that we will be using. And 6 should be the same. So you are catching, right? Let's see what will be happened. Now you see there are 3 text boxes where I can write something inside. I think I can also write here. Yes. But like one of the things you see, so I will just give another. So in here, you see, like I don't want my application to have like we can just like mix them. So which one is the number one or which one is the name? So we know because we have already designed it, but somebody may have some problems. So I'll just add separator just under the name. So by that way, we will see like 2 different parts in the same. So there was an element called separator. So I want the separator before the numbox. So I'm just going to the before the numbox. So let's see the separator. It's on the last separator. Separator 1. I just give the name to separator 1 equals to from the TTK separator, right? Separator. And what will be the place? Container. Container 1. Okay. Second step is going to be a grid row something and column something. So I want this separator after the name box, but before the num box. So I will put the row as 5 and column as 0. But right now I should increase the row numbers of the other ones. So instead of 5, I'll put 6 and 7 to the num boxes. And let's see how it will affect it. Okay, you see just a little bit separation there. So again, like since we are going to add some customizations later on, it is right now okay. But okay, it will not be like that total. So right now we are okay. So I just need two buttons because buttons are also something that you are giving an event that do something or like give me this output or like let's save something like that. So I want to add two buttons, but you see how if I want to add a button, I will be adding them with a different rows. If I try to add it in a different one, so what I want two buttons. Let's go back to the in here. Yeah, let's go back to Python. So I want two buttons, but they should be like that. So do you have any idea how I can do such a job like in here? So I want like two of the buttons together. If I want to add one button, I will be just changing the row, right? But then if I add the second one, I need to change the row again. So they will be like columned. So how I can put two of them together? Do you have any like suggestions or ideas?
Same row.
But right now also we are in the zero column always. So if I add something, the whole of the elements in here will be swept to the left, and there will be another column on the right. So this is not something that I want. I want just in here.
Another container.
Yes, this is the solution. So you just need to create another container in here, and by that way you can just put like grids and rows inside that container. So again, let's go with the container. So how did we make the first container? It was the label frame. So I will just copy like everything from the container one that we have created before. And it is going to be not container one, it is container buttons. And it is not inside the window, we are inside the container one. We change the place. Container one and text is going to be, let's say, buttons. Now the second step is always putting the grid. Now row is, what is the next row? It is 8 and column will be 0. Okay, so if we just start it, I don't think that we will see anything because we need to put something inside the container. So now, if like everything is followed by right now, we will just add another button. It's okay. Okay, for adding a button, so let's see what, well, I will add my button one equals to ttk button. So it will be inside container buttons. And it will have a text as, let's say, button one. And my button one grid, where it will be, it's inside the container buttons. So I will put row and column 0 right now, because right now we are inside a place where it is in here. Right now we are working here. This is 0, 0. This is 0, 1. First column, 0th row. Row 0 and column 0. Let's also add the second one as well. I'll just copy all of the things. My button 2. The button 2 will be change, and row will be the same, column will be 2. Sorry, 1. because after 0, 1 will become. So now the buttons should be also included there. So let's start it. Let's see what it will be added. Let's stop it and yes. So you see now we have 2 buttons inside just like a container. So we have container 1, and inside the container 1 we have some elements. Additionally, we have another container which is buttons. So right now we have 2 buttons that we can use. We put some other things in here like a Dropbox and some checks if we need to do something. So I think we are okay with the left side because I don't think we need to put any other information right now. So we have 2 like possible functions that we can use. I will show how to add a function in just a second, just in a minute. So right now we are good to go, but you see, when I want to make this one like that, so I want this thing to be like in the middle. So it is right now very like like how to say, it makes me like not comfortable. Let's say it's not comfortable. Let's change it. So if you go to the first place, so you will see that we have a window and our container is inside the window. So I will be adding a frame that is no labels because I don't want to see the frame. And it should be always inside the window's middle. And the other things can be like adjust themselves. So again, we are just coming back to the window, and under the window, we will add a frame. Or let's say it's frame. Frame 1 equals to tk.frame. And it has an input where it will be, it is inside the window. And I will put, instead of grid, there is, actually there are other options of grid, but grid is the best one too, because you know exactly where the other ones will be. There is also another one called pack. And you don't need to put any parameters inside the pack. Pack will be, it will optimize the best for you. Like it will try to optimize it. But when you put everything in a pack, so you are not going to be able to control the output. So this is why we are not going to use pack too much in just in a place that will be holding. So right now we have changed our structures because right now we have 3 things in the window. So I want my container 1 inside the window, but right now it should be inside the frame. So after the frame, we just need to copy the name of the frame 1. Instead of window, we will add the frame 1 in here. So the container 1 will be inside the frame 1 instead of window. Let's start and let's see what will be happening. Okay, now you see, so it doesn't go down, but it actually like becomes bigger with when I'm just changing it. Okay. Right now it works. So do you all have the same application with me? Yeah, like similar ones. Okay. So let's go with the output console. We need something on the right, which is container 2. Container 2 is equal to, so what was the first container? It was label frame. tk dot label frame. It will be inside the normal frame. It was frame 1 because just next to the container 1. So I will add the frame 1, and you can also put the text because it is a label frame, not a frame, equal to let's say output. Now grid. Inside the frame one, the first one was 0 and 0. So this should be row 0 and column container. Okay. Container 2, row 0, column 1. Let's see how it will be affecting. So yeah, actually there is a container, but since we didn't put anything inside the container, we are not seeing it. So let's just add the text box. So I think we are on the other side as well. Yes. So output box, I will just put output box in this one equals to ttk.entry. So this one will be inside container 2. So right now we are going to give some information to this one. You can also give the other text boxes as well. So I want to change the height. So I just add a height, and it will be, let's say 6, because I think I tried it before. And I would like to change the width. I can change the width. It is going to be 30. And what will be happening? Output box grid. Row equal to 0 and column equal to 0. Let's see. Where did I put something wrong? Sorry, not entry. We are going to use text because it is a text box. So instead of entry, we just changed the text instead of entry. Now let's see. I also changed this one to TK. Sorry, I just made like, yeah. So in the last one on the code, on the chart that I have provided, we are on the my text box equals to tk.text. I was just trying to use I think the first one and the second one just mixed together. So it will be tk. We are just getting it from the tk key library at 5. Now it should be working. Yes. Okay. Now we have something different. We have a text place where we can have an output here, and we have other containers. So everybody should have something like that.
Yes.
Okay. And right now, let's add some paddings. Paddings is something when you want an element from outside the box. So it's called padding, pad X or pad Y. If you want to add some paddings in the vertical line, pad Y, and the other one, the horizontal one, will be X. So they are in the grids. So for example, I want my combo box have some paddings. So you can just give your own paddings for that. So let's give padding y x and padding y, and let's see how it will affect. I'll just give y1, and so these can be totally random. So your own values should work. So there is no need to be like they don't need to be the same. Now you see, like we add something to the combo box. The combo box is not touching to the containers outlines. Just like the same, I want name box and some num box has some should have some paddings. I will add paddings 10 and pad y 5, just like the same. And actually, I'm just copying them. I will be putting them to the num boxes. Okay, now I have changed the name box padding. I added the padding to the name box and also num box as well. Now, yeah, we have like a better circumstance in here. So we have three boxes, but the separator is not something that we see, right? This is actually separator. It looks like there is a dust. So there is a comment, actually not comment, like a format from east to west. By that way, it will just from east to west. So let's add the east to west to the separator. So let's go to the separator.
What's the meaning of appendix?
These are paddings. If you add, so let's go to the, let me show it by adding like a, so right now you see the output here. So let's save the photo of that. So this is the right now this is like that. Okay, this is the photo. So I will be adding a padding to the output box. And let's make them a little bit bigger. By that way, it may be more easy to understand. And I'm starting it. Now it has some difference. Let's see the difference. Actually, like we don't need output. So it was the original. When we add the padding, you see, so in like it is not touching again to the output. We add some paddings. They are called the spaces to clearize and to have some more better visualization effects. You're welcome. So 50 was too much. So let's make it 10 for now. Okay, so we have everything with us, but right now any functions or like the buttons are not working. So let's just declare one function that will write my name, for example, or like when you give your name to the text box, when you click a button, let's say this button one is going to be our function. The button one, when you press the button one, you will see hello and your name. Okay, this is what I want right now. So how we were declaring new functions, it was def, right? Define button one function. It doesn't need to have anything inside, so it's just a function. And so let's see. So we need the name from the name box. So name will be coming from the name box. So what is the name box? It is the name box. Name is name box in here. So I just use the name box dot get. The get function will give you the information that is written inside the name box, which is again same for the others as well. Then I want this name and put a hello in the first. So how I can do it? So when I get it, it is again a string. So name is equal to, or instead of that, so let's just give the function and in the function like print. So we are not using print. Instead of that, so the name was output box, right? I just copied the name. Output box dot insert. And in insert is a function. In the insert, so this is something because like when if we don't use the C, so name, but before name, I want the plus. So right now you should use plus instead of comma because if you put comma, you may change the other subjects as well. Hello. Hello, space and name. Okay, for this one, for inserting or doing some changes in your output or text box, you should use tk.end, which is again just onto the last sentence or last letter that is written there. So in the first one, like before the comma, you should be having a tk.end with all capital end. tk dot all capital and hello plus name. Or you can also put something like that as well. Okay. But right now we have the function. We didn't call the function, so we should call the function. So I'll just have the name of the function, or button one function. So I want button one to use this function. So we are going back to the button one. So in here, we are going to add command. You see, like there is a command parameter. So we want to change the command parameter with this function. And in here, you don't need to put parentheses. You shouldn't, I think. Commands, it should be just like that. So I'm sure that I have put commands on the, yes, I didn't put the commands because I didn't want to give the information. So if you add command and button one function, now the button one should be having our execute our function. So let's start. This was the name box. So I'll just add my name, Evren. Button one should provide an output to the right. I'm just clicking button one, and it says hello Evren on the output. If I add again, it goes more and more. So we have seen a bug. So we can just need to delete the first one, then we can add it. So we can change the name. So let's say that we didn't put anything. It will just say hello. Yeah, this is the first. Okay. So let's also put, do we have time, by the way? So it looks like in 3 minutes. So in 3 minutes, instead of having like a calculator, so because the calculator will be the same, we have, instead of name, we are going to put the output of the calculator that we have done yesterday. Only thing is we are giving strings. So you need to change the string to the float, just like yesterday. So by the way, these two, the num boxes. So let's see I think it was in the trial 3. No, it was in the with trial and chance. Yes. So, for example, we had the calculator yesterday. So num1 and num2. Instead of num1 and num2, instead of getting from the inputs, we are going to use. So maybe I can just copy this one and try to, and hope it works. I just go to the main pie. I'll create a def. So you don't need to do that. So I just want to show you how to make it. I just say calculate as a function. So you see, like when I paste it, they are on the left, which is not work. It won't work because we are not inside. So for that, when I just select the ones that are not in the loop, I select top. If I press Shift and Tab, they go back. Right now, I need just with the tab. So the number one, instead of input, we need to get comment. So it was numbox 1, right? Yes. Numbox 1, get, and oh, sorry, it's not. Instead of input, we will use numbox1 dot get, and num2 will be numbox2 dot get. And operation should be coming from the combo box. So instead of 1, 2, 3, I will just give plus, minus, division, let's say slash, and what's left? The multiplication. I just add another one as a multiplication. So I want the value from my combo box. So operation will be combo box. It should be get. Let me just check for not making a problem. Yes, just the get. Combo box dot get. We got the element that is selected. Now, operation. If operation is plus, it will print. So print is okay. So I think we need to put it like that, or instead of prints, let's make another one. So let's say the result is equal to 0 right now. I just made the result. Result is equal to num1 and num2. Result is equal to num1, num2. We don't have an option to get not valid because we are just going to select one of the four of them. And output box inserts calculation is also we need to change the result to the set array because we can't, right? So right now result, I want this one to string. How was it? It was set array. It was not string, right? It was set array. Yeah, just set array. Calculation is okay. Let's see. I'm not sure it will work because like I just made it like very fast. So close the first one. Okay, so it has a name option. So before changing the name, because we don't have a delete, so I want 5 and 10 to be summarized, summed. And we didn't put the function name, right? So the calculate is a command of the button 2. So let's go to the button 2. It will be command calculate. Yeah, I will just starting again. I want plus. The second and the third one was the numbers. Say 12, 5 plus, and when I press the button 2, float.
What is this?
In this one. Yeah, yes.
The
Yeah, there are some problems.
number box 2 dot get, you need one more.
Next to get. It requires 1.
13 was now. 13. 13 is okay.
Yeah, now we should work. I think it was just the problem because I didn't put the get. Let's see. I just put 12 plus don't do calculations front or it works. So this is the one way of making like if I add 16 and let's say put multiplication button to their output. So right now just using the same thing that we have done yesterday, we can make a function. We can define a new function, and using the name of the function in the command of the button, and we made a calculation with a window. So yes, basically this was the total of the today's session. So what do you think, by the way? Last 1 hour we have been just coding, and I think we just like opened the like right. We just streamed into late.